Yo, 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 what up to episode 2 of the Taking the Risk podcast. I'm your host, Rich, affectionately known as DJ Rich, if you really know me. Today, we got a special guest in the house, one of my very close homies. I would like to say we're very close.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't really cross paths too much, but when we do, it's always organic. It's always a great time.
100%.
He is the official DJ for Ohio State's football team and their basketball team, Go Bucks. He is a mixer for 107.9 and Power Columbus. He is the creator of the Monday program, which if you guys have not checked out yet, you guys definitely need to take some time, go check that out. Please welcome to the podcast, Corey Grand.
Yo, my guy, I appreciate you having me.
Oh, damn. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm still learning how to use the console. I didn't have the volume up on the slider, so like
It's all good.
it was applause. So I'm like, why am I not hearing it in my headphones? And then I slid it up and I was like, oh. But
It's all good. I appreciate you having me, brother.
thank you for coming down. Thank you
Yes,
for making the trip. How's your day going so far?
It's been cool. You my first stop for the day. I had some coffee. That's all I needed. Some coffee to start the day. Yeah.
How you drink your coffee? Because I have a firm belief that you can tell a lot about a person by how they drink their coffee.
Typically I drink mine straight, but not like fully black because that's kind of a little unhinged.
I mean, I drink mine black with 2 sugars.
That's a little crazy, man. I can't do it.
So are you admitting that you drink coffee with your creamer?
Yeah, I rock with a little creamer. I got a frother. So
Oh,
I put it in
no.
there. I let it do its thing.
Oh shit! So you're like a connoisseur. You really,
I just started drinking coffee.
really
Like maybe about like a year and a half ago, somewhere around there.
I started drinking. I used to drink coffee a little bit when I was younger. Like, I don't know why my dad was giving coffee to a 13, 14-year-old. That's probably why I'm so short. But I really started drinking coffee avidly once I had kids.
Something that always kick it off.
Bro, like I getting home 4 or 5 a.m. from gigs
Yes.
and kids waking up at 7. I'm just like, yo, like I'm gonna pound this cup of coffee real quick.
I'm telling you, man, it's crucial. It's crucial.
Yeah, but again, thank you for making the trip down here.
course.
Kicking off our discussion for the day. One of the big things I wanted to talk about, and just start talking and keep talking. The Monday program, like I've been watching it for so long. You did, I believe it was 2023 or 2024. It was an anniversary episode for you. You were able to actually like get into the Cleveland Browns stadium and like there was a bunch of drone shots. You were doing your thing, like just kind of touch on the Monday program as a whole. And then if you wouldn't mind, tell us how you were able to get that opportunity to get into the Browns stadium.
Sure. So the Monday program kind of started like from this small idea of like, hey, let's have maybe some DJ homies, producer homies come over, and we'll probably like kind of do it like a workshop, right? So maybe one Monday we're at the crib and we're working on scratches, and maybe the next Monday we got some producers over and we're working on beats. But it's the idea it started as that, and then it went, kind of to the back of my mind. Nothing really happened from it. And then me, Unknown Phrases, and Walker OG, aka Dorian, we came together one Monday. We're like, yo, let's just make some beats. Let's just see what happens, right? Ultimate fail. Like, ultimate fail. Bro, we tried to make beats. Everything that went wrong. Some reason the equipment wasn't there. And all the stuff I have in the studio now was like non-existent at that time. So
Right,
like,
you had to build it over time.
yeah, we had to build it. So we're rocking off like my S9 mixer. That's like the interface. And, we're trying to make some beats and just everything went wrong. So we're like, yo, we're going to pack this up today.
Yeah.
And we're going to try again next week. So next week roll around. We tried again and we just had like a beautiful day of just creating. Like it was like maybe Mario started the beat. I might have added some drums. Maybe Dorian added some hi-hats. Whatever it was, we all just kind of was like, damn, this is cool because it's like
Real collaboration.
it's real collaboration. And those sessions started when I lived in Shaker, I had a second bedroom. and that was my studio. So just after time of building more and more, other people start hearing about it. And we wanted it to be open to just creatives in general. Like, you didn't have to be a producer. If you create, or even if you just want to sit in, we wanted you to be a part of it. So that turned into people coming through, and we're making beats in front of people in this small ass bedroom, bro.
Yeah.
It's like hot as hell in this bedroom too.
I mean, you got to get it how you get it at that point.
Exactly. So we it went from that to then one of those sessions, Stan Lee is coming over and he's doing a freestyle over it. Now we're like, oh shit.
Shout out to the homie Stead Lee.
Shout out Stead, man. And now we're looking at it like, yo, we can like actually probably try to make some music from this. We weren't even thinking that far because we were just having so much fun with just the energy we were able to bring to the sessions. So that turned into us making original tracks. We started making some mixtapes that we're putting out. And then it just went from that bedroom to us start performing it on stage. So, we're at the Grog Shop. We got to do Bright Winter Fest. We got to do some Futureland stuff. We got to do the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is still crazy to me that we did a 2-hour show and nobody knew the music, but they had a blast.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking like, this is just off that small bedroom that we're making this.
I feel like those are always the best times where it's like people that they're coming to a show for somebody or something else, and they are kind of like out of it. They're just waiting, and then something subliminally clicks in their head, and they're like, wait, I'm actually having a good time. Who is this? What's going on right now?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's like one of the biggest compliments as an artist on the come up. You're just like, it's very reassuring to you as a person, or in your case, as the Monday program as a group. It's just very reassuring to what you guys are doing, and it's like pat on the back.
Yeah, it definitely adds validity to it for sure.
Yeah, so
it's been a cool experience. We've, like you said, even as far as like the 100 Mondays that I want to do in a row, like that was just my way of taking what we do in the bed, in the studio in my old house in the bedroom, and taking that and being able to collab with more people around Cleveland, like business owners, fashion designers, other producers, other musicians, and just popping up and being like, yo, we're just gonna be out in the wild, and wherever we make, we're just gonna make something.
Yeah.
And shout out EV, shout out John, shout out, I'm from Cleveland. They got me actually into that Brown Stadium, which is still crazy to me because we got the entire Brown Stadium to ourselves.
Yeah, I was watching all the drone footage and everything, and I was seeing like all the shots, like looking, because I'm starting to get into the realm of like videography and everything, and I'm just like, yo, like who allowed them to have this time? Because I know that it's a 1-second Instagram video, but people don't understand the amount of like actual time. Like you were probably there for about 3 hours trying to get all that footage. Like
we were, it was just, dude, I was just taking in that we had this whole stadium to ourselves. Like,
right.
And the dude that did the drone footage, I met through EV, Aerial Agents. Yeah, shout out Aerial Agents. Yeah, I mean, even him, like, bro, he had the drone coming through it was coming through the side and it's coming through the inside. And bro, that was so fun.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
It's really dope. I'll try and add some footage like over the actual video of from your page of it, because I believe it's still up. It's on the Monday program and your personal page, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm from Cleveland too.
Yeah, so like if somehow my editing skills aren't good enough to put it on there, Corey's Instagram, the Monday program's Instagram will be in the bio all over the video footage, so you'll be able to go check that out. One of the things that I think it shocked me a lot when I saw it, and I'll explain. Mm-hmm. I don't mean shocking as in like I thought you didn't deserve it. It's shocking as in like it really shows how far your reach as a DJ and a creator is. Mm-hmm. Ohio State.
Yes.
Like how did that come about? I think it was a year or two ago now. I saw you announce it on your page, like you're the official DJ for the Ohio State football team. Mm-hmm. And then I think shortly after, you did such a great job during the football season, like the basketball team, they were knocking on your door like, hey,
Yeah.
we need you. Like,
Yeah.
kind of talk me through how that came about. Because like I said, I was surprised, not because of your talent or anything, but just because of it's like, yo, Columbus is 2 hours away.
Yeah,
and
for
these
sure.
people are seeing you and they're
Yeah.
seeing what you're doing. Like, walk me through how that process went.
Honestly, bro, I was surprised too. I would say, I think networking, like, just really brought that to fruition because, so shout out my guy DJ Leak. He was the previous DJ. So they were looking for a new DJ for a while, and one of my friends, she actually was working for Ohio State at the time, and she suggested me to the athletics director.
Right.
So I think this was like the beginning of August 2024, like top of August. I don't think it could have even been past the 10th. And I got a DM from this dude named Caleb. I was just like, and it's in the message request side. So I open it up. It's like 7 a.m. He sent this at like 7 a.m., bro. And it's like, hey, you have any interest in being Ohio State's football DJ for the season? I'm just sitting there like,
All in your message requests. That's crazy. I hate message requests.
I don't like it either. But I put the phone down. I'm like, let me make sure I'm up, make sure I'm not tripping. I read it again because I'm like, he's not talking about soccer or hockey or nothing. Like, I'm like, football. Football is the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Like,
That's the Buckeyes.
that's the one. So I read it again, and I was just like, in my head, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm about to do, but I just have to do this because even if it didn't work out, at least I tried it. You know what I mean?
At least it was on your resume. You could say that you did it.
Yeah. So honestly, I would say those type of situations is where, like, when you have that resume with the backing, that, like, I didn't know that they're even talking about me to even think that that's possible.
Yeah.
So it's like when you have your website ready and you have the about section that's talking about all the clients you work with, and you got your Instagram, and you have all your, basically as a DJ, you have everything in place to at least show people that don't know you what you've done. And I think that plus the networking is like what made that come about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would say, honestly, you just gotta have your everything. It's like stay ready to get ready. You don't have to get ready.
Right.
I didn't know that wasn't on my bingo card, bro.
No, it's not. That's not one of those things that you buy your first pair of turntables and you're like, I want to be Ohio State's DJ. Like, that's not something that pops in your mind.
Like, I'm watching Ohio State on TV.
Yeah.
I didn't ever think watching them on TV, I'm gonna be there DJing for the fans and for the players. Like, so that was a very surreal moment, because I mean, that's just like next level. You know what I mean? You're DJing for 100,000 people every game.
And it's not just 100,000 people. It's 100,000 Buckeye fans who are the greatest fan base in all of college football history.
They don't play about their Buckeyes.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go tell you to argue with your mama. Ohio State is wide receiver university.
Talk about it.
Argue with your mama.
Talk about it.
Go Bucks. OH.
IO.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
Keeping on the Ohio State topic, how's men's basketball been? Season just started, right?
Yeah, it started. We had an exhibition game the 26th of October, and I think the first season game was November 3rd.
Okay.
But basketball is so different from the football. So like football, like it's such a production, right?
Yeah.
Which not to say basketball isn't, because it still is, but football is like it's just like this huge production from top to bottom. Where basketball is like so fast, and it's like I wouldn't say the fan base is like it's a little slightly different.
Yeah.
But it's not fully the same. And like I said, you're going from 100,000 people to, I would say, like at a basketball game, maybe around like 20K-ish, somewhere around there. But it's so different because it's fast. Like football, you kind of have a little moment to relax a little bit. You have your timeouts that you do. But for the most part, you're just kind of enjoying the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once the game starts. But basketball is like,
yeah,
it's like 2 20-minute halves. You know what I mean?
Like 1 minute timeout, 2 minute timeout.
Yeah.
commercial, this,
Yeah.
that. Like you kind of got to have those like.
You're playing a little quicker too.
I was gonna say you got to have those like 30-second like show mixes
Yeah.
ready, because I'm pretty sure you. And for the people that don't know out there, me being one of those people, how does a format of like, just kind of like, I don't know how to ask the question. How does the format of you DJing mix with the actual production? Like, I'm pretty sure you have on like a headset that where the back of house is like talking to you, and they're like, okay, cue you in 3, 2, 1. Kind of run us through like really quickly how that works.
So for the most part, you have moments where you're just DJing.
Yeah.
So like in those moments, like pregame, maybe it's halftime, like you're mostly just playing like fan music, just having fun.
Right.
You know, and doing what you normally would do anywhere else. Timeouts, more so like you're kind of playing promo music, right? So just like if you go to a Cavs game, you know, like if you go to a Cavs game, maybe they're doing a t-shirt toss, maybe they're doing a fan cam. So typically those are like, you got to make sure you're playing like high energy music. It could be something that's like, let's say Jack Harlow song that's maybe normally 105 BPMs, but you're probably going to play a remix that's like 125, 130.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So most of it is just keeping the energy, but also making it fun. So, because you're playing in so many different age groups. You know, you got people at those games that's anywhere from 5-year-olds up to like 70, 80-year-olds.
Right. So it has to be family friendly in the same, same token.
So you might hit a Jack Harlow remix, but at the same time, you might have a Sweet Caroline remix. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like finding ways to keep that energy up and just making sure the fans have fun. Like when I look out and I'm playing a promo through a timeout, if I don't see the fans having fun, I'm not playing that no more.
Yeah, like
I go like, all right, back to the lab.
very, very quick turnover.
Yeah.
I feel like also too, playing in front of such a huge crowd, you can get, I want to say like a very good read on what the trends are. Like obviously, like this day and age, we kind of have to stay up to date with like the TikTok stuff.
Of course.
I refuse to do that. Like I just
I get it though. I get that.
like
I get that.
I didn't know about this until like
they love that out there.
like people, yeah, like 8, 9. Get out of my face. But like I'm pretty sure you can kind of, being in front of those crowds, like you get to see firsthand like if a new song works, like if it's kind of hit or miss, or like the trends are. Have you noticed anything like out of the ordinary that you can give a fellow DJ brother to help my sets out? Any new songs?
You know what's so crazy? I think one of the coolest things about the younger kids, like that's probably in that like fresh, maybe like 17, 18 group, like just getting to college, they really have a high infatuation with the early 2000s music.
I talked about this with Smooth.
It's pretty cool though.
It's cool, but it's not as deep as you think.
Okay, it's very surface level. I will agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Like you're not gonna pull out like a deep 2000s cut and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is the one. But it's kind of cool to see, because I feel like when I was coming up, my mom is playing soul music, and it made me introduce me to the Marvin Gayes, the Al Greens, Sam Cooke. So I got to get an appreciation for that. Theirs is not as deep as ours when we were probably coming up, obviously.
Not at all.
But it's still cool to see it. But they do, the TikTok it's a big thing, man.
Yeah,
it's really big. Like
it's scary how much control it has over the minds of the youth.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, they're hearing these same songs like constantly, so it's just kind of embedded in their minds. Like,
I was talking to Smooth about this before we get too far away from like talking about surface level. There's been gigs that I've played where I've played Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It, and the kids don't know it.
Which is crazy.
I've played DMX Party Up, the kids don't know it.
Yeah,
and it's just like, are you surprised to hear something like that, or is that just kind of like, oh well, no, that seems about right? Because to me, it's one of those things where it's like this music, like more or less Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It. Not really Party Up. But Party Up is just like a universal example. Like Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It. Like this is it for me. Like this was house party. Like anthem, like club.
Soon as it drops, soon as it kicks in, you're like, yo.
Oh shit, it's choking me up talking about it. Like they were just anthems for every facet, every type of person, every type of party, like house party, club, bar, like
Anywhere.
There's certain
Any crowd too.
There's certain songs that transcend like generational barriers and like racial barriers and stuff like that. And I feel like that song is one of those. And for it to be, in my opinion, on the cusp of being forgotten by this new generation is
so
just
crazy.
It's just like, ugh. So like, is that something that you've been seeing or?
I think for us, so this is my take on it too. I think our generation, we were partying like for a really long time, like, and not just talking about house parties. Like we had teen clubs.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So like, I remember being 12, 13, 12, I'm at the skating ring. 13, I'm at the teen club. 14, I'm at the teen club. So, which those don't really exist now, but I just think the environments we had as like music lovers, it was just a lot different.
Yeah.
And also the way that we get to consume it. Because I think one thing about the younger generation, they don't really show the emotion in the way that they hear the music versus how like we hear the music. You know what I'm saying? So like when you heard or for example, you're out having a great time, right?
Right.
And you hear that first, as soon as it dropped, that this is how, before the beat even dropped, you're like, oh yeah, I'm activated. But I just think with the younger generation, they don't really like react to it the same way. So sometimes it's kind of one of those things like, I don't know if you could be enjoying the hell out of this, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
Because the reaction is just not there.
I feel like that ties into a lot of DJs saying like, hey, like we feed off of your reactions.
Energy.
Like when you're in the crowd, I've been saying for like 5 years, DJing is like one of the purest examples of an energy exchange.
Yes.
You give me energy, I give you energy.
Yes.
So like there's been multiple memes going around the internet about like DJs will say like, hey, I went, played my gig, nobody danced, and I'm packing up my controller and there's 30 people coming up like, oh, like, you're so amazing, blah, blah,
you
blah.
killed it.
Like, why didn't you show me that? Like, is that something you've personally experienced?
Sometimes I think, once you become like a veteran seasoned DJ, like we're gonna have those gigs where like, you're like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? But I think that's just part of the game, like doing those events where like you don't necessarily physically get that energy back. You might look around the room, you might catch that one or two people that's like kind of head bobbing. You're like, all right, I'm gonna connect with you. Cause at least I see your reaction.
Right. I see what you're on.
I know I'm doing something right.
I see what type of time you're on.
But I think we're always gonna go through that no matter what. Like whether it's younger generations, older generations, like I think the energy is just off sometimes,
I think I'm starting to see it a lot more than I used to.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of those people that's like point the finger at the crowds all the time because I mean sometimes we do have off nights, but for speaking in a general sense, and this will kind of tie back into the teen clubs and stuff like that, because I have a question I want to ask about that. I'm starting to see a lot of the younger generation have a very short attention span when it comes to songs. Like and I blame it on TikTok because of like the short time span, blah, blah, blah. I'm starting to see not as many kids dance as much. And I'm starting to see a lot of the younger kids standing in the clubs and they're not like moving. They're just sitting there with their drink in their hand, trying to look cool for who I don't know. But the place I'm going with this is I've been saying for a long time that I had to do a quick cut real quick because there was like a dump truck outside. I don't know if you heard it. I was hearing it in the headphones and I'm like what the fuck? But no, I've been saying for a long time that I think part of the reason why nightlife and just all social events are in kind of a weird, wonky place. I don't want to call it a bad place because I don't want to put that in the air, but I think one of the reasons why they're in such a wonky place is because the newer, younger generation, like people that are 25 and younger, I feel like they don't really have a use for it. Speaking as like clubs, social events, because like when you and I were growing up, you mentioned a couple minutes ago teen clubs and like functions like that. Like we had to go to that. Like if being young man, like if we wanted to talk to girls, like get a girlfriend in high school, like excuse me, we had to go to stuff like that. That 100%. Was the only time we had to be social with these people. Do you think that social media is playing a part in I don't want to say the death of club culture, because the way I'm viewing it is like we had to go out to be social. These kids don't. Like I don't even want to call them kids. These young adults. They don't have to. They can talk to a girl on social media. They can do whatever they need to do over Instagram. Like, do you think social media is part of the problem, essentially?
I would definitely say, like, I think social media is definitely number one. I mean, think about it, like you said, like, I remember just going out and you're just so excited to like, who's gonna be out? Like you said, it might be this girl out, maybe she coming out, you know, and you're just so excited for the experience before it even happens, right? But also, I want to say like another, in my personal opinion, I think a big factor is drinking.
Yeah.
They don't drink like we did.
I don't drink anymore.
See?
Yeah.
but you know, they don't really, like, they just didn't drink how we, like, I remember when I was 21, like, I'm just like, oh, I'm legal now.
Right.
I can drink. I go buy a bottle. First thing you go do is go buy a bottle, go to a 21 and up club.
Right.
You know, like you haven't been to one anyway. But the first thing you do is go drink. And I think, you know, they just don't have like, they just don't drink, bro. They're not really into that. Like, you know, like you said, even if they did, let's say you got a guy, he meets a young lady, even if they do meet up, they don't even give numbers anymore. Yeah. They're giving Instagrams.
Or snaps.
Or snaps.
Let me get your snap.
Yeah, let me see how you live.
Yeah.
I can kind of see how you live, and then I can go from there. So I think, like, yeah, man, the social media and the not drinking, those got to be the two biggest factors, man.
And I think to build on what you said, I think it's kind of ass backwards that they're doing that, because it's like they're not asking for a direct line to you to contact you. They're asking for your Instagram, your Snapchat. They want to see how you're living. Yeah. But the thing that they don't understand is that Instagram and Snapchat are not reality.
100%, man.
Instagram and Snapchat are literally the highlights, the best parts of everybody's life.
I like that you said that. That's I never thought about that. It's the highlights of your life.
They're not seeing the shortcomings or the real. They're seeing like let's be realistic. If you're not understanding what I'm saying girls don't post pictures on Instagram of them in a dress that makes them look bad. Dudes don't post pictures on Instagram of outfits that make them look bad. 100%. Everybody's Instagram is the best version of them. In a sense, I think today is in today's day, Instagram is everybody's business card.
Yes,
but that's a whole nother discussion. But I just think it's very interesting that kids do that instead of like, yo, let me
like you don't want to have a direct line.
Yeah, like
what if she might wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm not interested,
or she might wake up tomorrow and be like, hey, I'm gonna take a cleanse from Instagram. It's bad for my mental, and now boom, you're SOL on a
now you missed your shot
on a possible soulmate. Like so
you went from a layup to now you're shooting a half-court shot. You didn't have to do that.
Man.
You didn't have to do that. You could have just took the open layup.
But no, speaking about parties and like social interactions and everything, something that I have not personally been able to make it out to, and I would like you, if you could, to explain it a little bit more. I know that you throw a party called Potluck.
Yes, sir.
I believe it's with Step One and K Nice.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to K and Step.
Shout out my dogs.
How long you been doing that?
So Potluck, I want to say, came about 2007.
Sheesh.
So it's been around, right? I wasn't involved yet. So Step and K were throwing it together with a group of promoters. So they handled the DJ side, promoter side, and then they had their homies that was helping promote the event, get their people out. So what made it so cool? Now I was in the military at this time, so
Oh, you were in the military?
I was in the military.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I was in for like a few years in the Army. So
Thank you for your service.
I appreciate you, bro. So at that time, Potluck started building because it's like at that time, it's like the only party where you're like, you can hear NERD, you can hear Kanye, you can hear just like you might hear Good Charlotte or Nirvana, you know what I'm saying? White Stripes. You're not hearing that in most, especially like a more black party. You're not really hearing that in Cleveland at that time.
Right. There's a social like construct. Like this is what's played at these types of parties.
Yeah, you know, people at that time playing Gucci, Jeezy, all that good stuff. And no knock to that. It was just, it was a breath of fresh air.
Different.
It was different. So I came around in 2009. I met K-Nice through his sister. I went to high school with his sister. I had bought my first real DJ setup, and I was so proud of it. I posted on Facebook. She like, you DJ now, huh? She's like, all right, K-Nice is my brother. He's looking for a mentor. All right, he's looking for somebody to mentor, right?
Mentee.
So meet him. I shadow him. I met Step, and it was so dope because when I met both of them, K's doing like Sunset Lounge, and he's doing like the kind of like, I would say more of the bougie parties, right?
Okay. I mean, that's not a bad thing.
That's just being honest, right?
Bougie parties
And
pay well.
Step is doing like Velvet Room and like Icebreakers and like a lot of street smart parties. So I'm getting the best of both worlds. I get to see him playing, K playing something like Heard It All Before, and I get to see Step playing like the craziest Gucci mix ever. So I'm getting like duality.
Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. So I'm shadowing them, and I'll never forget. I go to my first potluck, bro. And this probably was mid-2009. I go to my first potluck, and it's just insanity. I mean, you got people, he's playing Poison. You got all this whole playlist of songs that are just going absolutely bananas. And on top of that, it's like the energy from the crowd is just insane, right? So when I think about the end of 2009, I got to do my first potluck set, and I got to finally experience what that's like. And honestly, I'm just gonna be real. I've never been to a party like that. Like, I've never spun at a party like that ever in my life at that time. And it was just, Potluck is one of those parties where you're gonna hear everything plus then some. You're gonna see people swinging, hanging from the rafters. You're gonna see us in a booth passing out shots to people. Sometimes you would see K-Nice. He's on the bar with a tambourine and he's going crazy. So it was like a zoo, bro. It was like the most chaotic, but it was like organized chaos party I had ever been to. And it was just, to this day, it's still the same energy when we still do it.
I saw a clip actually. I think it was, I can't remember. It was either K or you who posted it. It was a couple days ago, and it was, I believe, at B-side. Literally, the whole crowd is just
bro.
Like K was bringing the fader down, and all you heard was the crowd just screaming,
every word,
singing, literally every word. They were offbeat a little bit.
A little off key.
Little offbeat, like when K would bring the fader up, they'd be like a second behind. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. But it's just like, it's very refreshing to see in today's time, because it's like you see a lot of R&B parties, like R&B and Ribs. Shout out Nopa Slaps. A lot of travel parties, and they highlight all those moments, but it's so good to see it so close to home.
100%.
Because it's like all those parties that I'm talking about, like R&B and Ribs, they're all in like major cities on the other side of the country.
Right.
So it's like, how can we experience that here?
100%.
And I feel like Potluck definitely fills that void.
Yeah.
And it's definitely refreshing to see, because I'm an open format DJ, but man, do I get tired of playing house music. Man, do I get tired of playing like all the club stuff, and it's it's definitely monotonous. And
Yeah,
that's
it's like you said, it's refreshing to be able to do a set like that, you know, where it's just I'm really playing what I want. And it's not necessarily being selfish. It's just like you don't get to play those songs often, you know?
no, be selfish. Like
Yeah.
as DJs, we're always all the time about crowd this, crowd pleasing, crowd
Yes.
that. Like you're allowed to play a gig that you're that you're like, hey,
True.
I've been saying for like a couple years now, like COVID really demoralized me as a DJ because like, and maybe you can speak on this because I believe how long have you been professional?
It's 16 years this year.
Yeah, I'm just like on my 12th year,
Yeah.
11, 12. But like I feel like as a professional artist in any realm, I won't even like restrict this to DJs. As a professional artist in any realm, I feel like one of your main goals when you start doing whatever artistry it is to get to the point where you don't have to take every gig or
yes.
every job that comes your way just to sustain a way of life.
Right.
To get to the point where you can pick and choose what you're doing, like what jobs you want to take, what gigs you want to take, what you don't, what's for you, what's not for you. And at the end of the day, still be able to pay your bills, live comfortably, buy the clothes you want. Like, and the reason why I say I got demoralized is because like COVID reset the bar.
It really did.
For a lot of stuff. Like it even after all the restrictions were raised, I don't think I worked for probably 4-ish months. There was a few things that I did just because they were good opportunities for myself. And it was just like, I couldn't, the timing, like it was my time to do those things.
Yeah.
And like, I couldn't, for the sake of my career, I couldn't say no just because the money wasn't right. It was stuff that I had worked for. So I'm like, I got to do this. But for like 4 to 6 months, I really did not work because the bars, the clubs, all like the private events, everybody were like, yeah, we're cutting your rate like substantially. Like there was some places that I was working pre-COVID where I would make this amount. Post-COVID, like after they opened back up, this was the new rate they were paying.
Yeah.
It was 5 times less. I don't know the proper way to say it, but they cut it by like 5 times.
That's insane.
Like if I was getting paid $500, like the new rate was like $100, and it just was one of those things where I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. At that point, like I'm not gonna sacrifice my integrity and like devalue my art basically because you feel like you lost money all this whole year because of COVID and you need to recoup it. Like you got PPP loans. I didn't.
Like, exactly. Yeah.
If anybody needs to recoup something, it's me.
Everybody needs to recoup something.
So like I that was one of the things like I've really felt demoralized after COVID. I don't know if you went through something similar or dealt with something similar.
My COVID experience was really different. I think I kind of stopped DJing for like maybe, so when I think the shutdown, I was like, March? I think my experience was like, I never really stopped. So like, I probably didn't DJ for maybe about a month and a half, somewhere close to 2 months. And then a lot of places were kind of like back to opening up, and I just kind of never really stopped at that point. And a lot of the DJs did, you know, and understandable, you know, it was a lot of weird times. Like people were having to rewire the way they had to think about as being DJs, and also the way that they had to, you know, people had to think about their families. You know, they're on the news talking about all these things going on, and you know, people don't want to get their family sick and their elders sick. So it was an interesting time, man. But I kind of got blessed through COVID because I felt like I was able to still I didn't make what I would probably normally make in a year, but I was able to still just kind of bring in.
Skate by.
Yeah, I was able to skate by.
Were
exactly.
Were you still working with the radio during COVID?
You know, it's crazy. I want to say, I can't remember if it was 2020 or 2021. Somewhere in there, I actually left. I actually left the radio station. I wasn't really feeling some stuff around there, and I just, you know.
Yeah.
I left. I left for a little bit, and then we got a new programming director, and I ended up coming back. He asked me to come back, and I was rocking with him a little bit more. I didn't really, just being honest, I wasn't really rocking with that programming director we had at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm a really chill person, but
takes
I'm not a good guy to threaten. Because when
Yeah.
you threaten me, it's like, oh, bet, say less. Like,
like-
you know what I mean? Like, bet, yeah, because I was already right there. I'm already on the fence about some stuff anyway and about where my life was. But I ended up leaving the radio station around that time for a little bit, for about like a year, maybe a year and a half. But yeah, I was able to skate by, man. COVID was weird. It was very weird, but yeah, I was shout out Rebar. They were still going strong.
R.I.P.
Yeah, for real, because I mean a lot of memories in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think I really want to say like Rebar kind of kept me afloat. Like I think me and Esso were doing Rumor on Saturdays, and that was keeping us afloat too. It was weird, man. That was a weird time.
Yeah.
That was a really weird time as a DJ.
I feel like a lot of DJs, like you said, some guys retired. So I feel like a lot of people realized that DJs speaking about DJs, I feel like a lot of guys realized that they had too many eggs in one basket.
Definitely.
And they were like, okay, like we can't do this again. We need to figure something out so that if this happens again, we have something to fall back on.
Yes.
And that's when a lot of guys were like, hey, let me shift to this. Hey, let me do this. Hey, let me do this. And then some guys were just like, you know what? I don't have the time to do this anymore. Yeah. Like this day job that I got is taking all of my time. So let me just boom.
It definitely gave us a moment to think a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know even that month and a half where like I didn't work, I was able to like you said, almost like you said, like take a second, think about all these gigs you're doing back to back. Does it make sense? So it was such an interesting time for me, and just I don't know, man. Just like we rarely as DJs get downtime to actually like think about where we're at and with our gigs and kind of like taking a step back from, should I still be doing this play? Should I be looking for a different employment as a DJ? Should I be readjusting how much money I make? So I think COVID for me was that. But also at the same time, if I can give COVID one good thing, if I can give it any good thing out of it, I was able to get some sleep. Like I remember we were like, what was it? I think we were DJing 10 o'clock, I think. I know some gigs I was starting at like 6 and we were done at like 10 or 11. That was crazy. That was actually kind of crazy. Like, damn, we're out of the club by like 10:30.
Yeah, I think that the earliness of it all definitely helped a lot of guys out. I personally, like I said, I wasn't working. Like I was in the crib, so my sleep schedule was completely messed up because I did something a lot of other guys didn't do. A lot of DJs, they switched to like streaming, like doing streaming parties on Twitch.
Streaming did go crazy. I forgot about that.
I wasn't one of those guys. I streamed, I think like once or twice.
Yeah.
And it just was not for me.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I like just touching on it really quickly, like I'm DJing is an energy exchange for me. And looking at chat versus looking at a crowd is looking at a chat, like I couldn't make it correlate.
It's like really two different worlds, you know?
Yeah. So like the streaming wasn't for me. So like I had started gaming very heavy during COVID.
For real?
And I was just like,
what were you into? Do you play PlayStation?
So I was a PlayStation guy. And then when COVID became like a reality, like we were shut down for more than a month, I got a PC and like really fully got into it. I was playing like predominantly shooters. Like it just Call of Duty, Escape from Tarkov.
Did you play Battlefield?
So I just got into Battlefield with the recent release of Battlefield, was it 6? I'm not a fan.
Yeah, okay.
It's cool, don't get me wrong, but it's just not for me. It's a lot going on the screen.
It's a lot going on in Battlefield.
Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Call of Duty is too much better because it's a bunch of motherfuckers speed hacking, twisting,
jumping up the wall, seeing through the walls,
flipping, sliding. Like the Omni movement was one of the worst things they could have added. But I I played like a lot of hardcore shooters, so like survival extraction games during COVID.
Okay.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't do the DJ streams. Like it was not.
I'm not
for
super
me.
into it either, man. Like I want to say I did one with EV. I think it was at Spider Studios from 2020, which was actually, I would think that would have been like my first ever time doing like a DJ stream. But it was fun. It was actually really fun, but you know, I never really got into the streams like that, man.
Something that we didn't touch on earlier, I spoke a little bit about you having experience in the radio, but for people that don't know, how did you get the opportunity to be on the radio? I'm pretty sure you had to go to school for it.
Nah.
Oh, you didn't?
I got lucky.
Oh, shit, man.
I'll be honest, I got kind of lucky on that. So it's so crazy. I feel like K Nice was kind of grooming me to like slightly be on the radio because he would like send me like the mixer list, and sometimes he would even like show me how to do like the mix shows and how to properly do a radio mix.
Right.
Essentially, I was really cool with a lot of people at the station at the time, like Ro Digger, Ronisha. I think I can't remember if Latin was still there. Or he might have, I know.
I haven't heard that name.
That was my guy. Shout out Latin Assassin. That was my dog, bro.
I haven't heard that in bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
I never got to meet him.
He was cool, bro. He was super cool. I rocked with Latin Assassin, man. But Tropicana was still there. But you know, I'm out in LA one day, and they had 2 openings at the radio station. Now, I didn't know that yet for the mix shows, and this is when we had Kobe Kobe, man. Shout out Kobe Kobe. This is when we had Kobe Kobe as our programming director. And I remember it's kind of almost like kind of how the Ohio State thing happened. Like I remember I was on Twitter or something. Kobe followed me. You know, we've been following each other. I ain't think nothing of it. And then I wake up. I'm in LA, staying at the airport hotel, and he sends me a DM. And Kobe, he from Philly, he an East Coast cat, so he gets straight to it. He says, "Why haven't you put an application at the radio station yet?" And I just was like, I didn't even know like that's the process or how that even worked.
Right.
So I just responded with, "Okay, I'm doing that now. Like about to do that now. I'm not responding with nothing else. Like say less. I got you. Don't even worry about it."
Right.
I go fill out the application. Boom. Now I'm just like on a high the whole time I'm out in LA, and I'm just thinking about it. Like, damn. Like, am I gonna be on the radio? You know, like I remember hearing 107.9 sign on in '99. So we ended up having an interview. I think I was 25 at the time. And we ended up having an interview with him or whatever. And I remember I was so nervous, bro. At the end of the interview, he hit me with a quote from Scarface. And I was so nervous, I couldn't tell you what the quote was. But he was like, blah, blah, blah. He was like, "You remember this one quote from Scarface, blah, blah, blah." And I'm just sitting there like, no. I don't know what you're talking about. He was like, "You got a job, man. You got a job." And he's trying to do his best, like, you know what I'm saying?
accent.
Yeah, he tried, which he was terrible at. But he told me I got a job. And I'm just sitting there like, "Yo, I hired you." But what was so crazy, Ryan Wolf got hired the same day as me.
Really?
So we actually both started when we had the building on St. Clair, right before they moved to Carnegie. And yeah, we started the same day, bro. Me and him started the same day. It was actually kind of crazy.
That's wild because I was always under the assumption that you had to like go to broadcasting
Some
school.
people did,
like,
you know, like some of the personalities. I think with the DJs, like you don't really have to because more so like we're more so just doing the mix shows, which is what we do out in the streets, but just formatting it for the radio. But some of the personalities, some of the production people, they went to school for it, but you know, it's just kind of like you had to figure out your route in there, whether it was I'm going to school or whether I'm networking to get in there, you know?
It was one of those things, and I touched on this with Smooth in the last episode. It's one of those things where the physical aspect of networking and doing your groundwork is actually important. Like
100%.
You're not going to get that job sending a DM over Instagram. You're not going to get that job just sitting behind a phone screen. You're going to have to actually go out and meet people and do this. That's interesting because
And you're going to have to meet the same people probably like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, like before they
is what it is.
before they commit you to memory. Because I'm the same way. Like if I meet you once, it's like I'm always cordial. I'm always nice. Like to a certain degree. Like I'm not like an idiot where I'm just golly all the time and like
Right.
like very happy to meet everybody. But like no, I'm very respectful. But for me to actually commit you to memory, it takes a couple times
Hell
of
yeah, man.
me shaking your hand, seeing your face. Like I'm not. We live in such a number one, a throwaway society, but also too you and I live in an industry where it's very, very fast paced. Like faces change, people change, GMs change, program directors change. Like
For real.
everybody's like,
You never can really get too set into
right.
the people around you, you know?
And if you do, then that means like they're really like that.
Yeah.
So like it's one of those things where I definitely I fall victim to that. I have to meet somebody like 2 or 3 times, but there's certain people where it's like if I know of you beforehand and I meet you, like that's different. Like
Of course.
I already know of you. Like, but I think before the first time I met you, I had already knew of you, obviously, like from the radio and all that. And I can't remember where you and I actually met for the first time. It was more than likely a gig, I believe.
Probably. Yeah.
Something we either were both playing. Mind you, we haven't played that many gigs together. Really, it's crazy. Crazy stat. You know how everybody's coming up with crazy stats?
Yeah.
This is a crazy stat. You and I have played on more festival stages and concert stages together than actual bar and club gigs.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's wild.
I never thought about that. You're right though.
Crazy stat of the of this episode. But no, that's wild. I didn't know that's how you got your start in radio. I always thought that you had went to school for it, got a degree and all that. Because like there was a time in my career where I was like, yeah, I want to do radio. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I started looking into it, and Radio One was like, yeah, degree this, degree that. Like there's
Really?
like there's on like if you look on Radio One's website, like there's always jobs open in every city. I don't think there's any in Cleveland right now, but the time that I was looking there was, and it said
Degree is crazy.
onboard mixer, on air personality, and then DJ, and like all 3 of them were like, you need a broadcasting degree, and I was
That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild.
I was like,
especially for a DJ, like no.
I submitted an application. I'm like, yo, I have experience. Like these are my blah blah blah. I didn't hear nothing.
I truly
back.
believe. I think now I don't know about the other positions, but I think when it comes to being a DJ on the radio, they just have to. It's something they have to just kind of want to rock with you for real. You know what I'm saying? Like
you
Kobe,
have to have something to offer. To be honest,
well, yeah, you do. Like when we got hired, me and Ryan got hired. Kobe went around to the entire staff. And he asked them, like, who would y'all rock with as some new on-air DJs? And it was me and Ryan that everybody picked, you know what I'm saying? So some people picked me, some people picked Ryan, some probably maybe said both of us, you know what I'm saying? I personally don't know, but I just think that it's kind of like a little bit of hype that has to go into that too. Like we're like, it's like maybe your name is like buzzing in a certain way that they just keep hearing. Like I feel like most of the DJs, they just had a like hype moment,
the
notoriety, and it just worked for them to scale in at that time.
You know what I'm saying? That makes a lot of sense.
Because I think in Cleveland, period, like or just even Northeast Ohio, we have an array of popular DJs. Like I don't think we're scaled down to it's only this amount, like 4 people. That's like no, like I think we actually have a really good amount of popularity. But it's like I think at that time I just kind of. Especially with K Nice, because he was pushing me to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still like little bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning so much from him. And the way he was trying to push me into doing things, like, I'm pretty sure that was a hell of a help.
Yeah. Like,
I don't even think I get in there without that. Just being honest, at least not for that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could have came later. But, I think a lot of it is just timing and just like the hypeness of that timing.
Yeah.
And it just kind of works out, you know what I'm saying?
That's a breath of fresh air to hear because
I'm
just
definitely
so used to like everything nowadays, like you got to have this qualification. That to be 100% honest with you, that is one of the reasons why I did not continue in college. I went to college for 1 year, thought it was a scam. It wasn't for me. And then I realized like, hey, I'm going to college to get in all this debt to maybe get a job to pay this back.
Yeah.
And then like realized I couldn't get the jobs without experience, but how am I supposed to get experience if nobody's willing to give me a job?
Yeah.
So that's
Math ain't mathing.
yeah, not at all. Like, but that's actually a breath of fresh air to hear like there is some type of job in the music industry. Let's call it the multimedia world.
Yeah.
That you can get just off the strength and the willingness and the hunger of your talent. Like you can just
everything is a cosign, bro.
yeah.
I mean, let's just keep it a being. Like, you know, like I know it's certain rooms I wouldn't probably have been in without a cosign. Like, and obviously, like a cosign is up to you to like. Nobody's gonna cosign you if they don't believe in you.
Yeah, you have to build.
You have to bring. You know, you still got to build it. You got to bring it. But I think a lot of it. Yeah, I mean, like when you look at just certain doors, man, and it's just. I mean, a lot of it's just cosigning. I mean, you look at some of these music supervisors that work for television, movies. A lot of them they don't have crazy backgrounds.
Yeah,
like
no.
a lot of them aren't musically, classically trained in the music field. They just are, they have this, they know how to use this, and they know how to be in the right doors. I got a friend named Otto. He works for Bedrock Detroit or whatever. And he super dope dude. I mean, probably has one of the best record collections out of anybody I know. Like he will go to, he's from Detroit, and he will come to Cleveland. And he will go to late night records. They're supposed to close at midnight. He'll be in there till 2 a.m. buying records, right?
That's crazy.
Cool ass dude, right? And I remember him telling me something, and it just changed my way of thinking. He said, I used to want to know how to get into the rooms with the people that had money. And how I would do that is I would go to these charitable events or whatever. Like I'm going to these charity events and it's like auctions and shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. So he's like, I'm in there and the first time I go, I don't really know the language. So I don't really know how to talk to people, right? So he figured out the next time he come back, let me start talking to these married dudes' wives, these dudes that got money, these billionaires and millionaires. Let me chop it with their wives and network with them because then they're going to be like, hey, honey, you got to meet so-and-so.
Happy wife, happy life.
You feel what I'm saying? So now they're coming up like, oh, you know, blah, 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 blah. And they're building. Now he's building with this person. And, you know, most people that have money like that, like they'll give it away for some investments, stuff like that.
They throw it around.
But as long as you're in those rooms, you're around the people that you already need to be around to build with.
Yeah.
It's just, that's all I want people to realize, like, it's not a secret. It's really not. Like, it's not some secret society. It's not favoritism. It's because
there's no Illuminati.
It's no Illuminati. He figured out what room to be in and how that room can benefit him. And then he figured out the language because the first time he went, it was a fail.
Yeah.
He didn't even know what to do. The second time he went, he was able to finesse it. And now that turned into him. Man, he got one of the coolest jobs ever, bro. He do a lot. I mean, like, damn, I hope I'm not saying this wrong, but I know like the Afro Fest they do in Detroit, like he runs that. They just brought Kate Trinata.
Oh, really?
They just brought Kate, bro. That was in August, I believe, when they brought him. So I say that to say is like, you gotta sacrifice being cool, man. Like sometimes you gotta just put yourselves in them positions and be in the rooms and be around the people that's actually doing what you want to do. And go build with those people. It's really not, it's not science, bro.
Yeah.
It's really just not. I mean, you know, if you want Rich to put you on with a gig, go to the gig and follow him. Hey, Rich, can I follow you for a little bit? Can I shadow you? You need a drink? Like, it's not, it doesn't make you less of a person to sacrifice for what you see and want for your life.
Everybody has a big bro. Everybody has.
Come on now.
And I touched on this in my last podcast with Smooth. Everybody has a helping hand, and everybody needs a helping hand.
Yes.
No one person can get to where they want to get by themselves.
It'd be nice if you could.
Oh, yeah,
it'd be amazing, but
100%. Like, there's really no such thing as completely self-made. Like
Yes.
there's no such thing as I did it all by no,
No.
you did not do it
No,
all
you
by
didn't.
yourself. There's somebody that was backing you, somebody that was helping you.
Yes.
Like even the podcast with Smooth, like a lot of people didn't know. He gave me a lot of my first gigs. He gave me my start. Like
Shout out Smooth.
shout out Smooth. He did a lot for me. He's done more for me than any other
That's so fire.
any other person, any other DJ. That's why he was my first episode.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, big bro homage.
Yeah.
Like that's what
It's only
makes
right.
sense. Like when I started the episode, I'm like, if you know me, you know this was coming from 100 miles away. Like, but no, that's very refreshing to hear. Like that radio is one of those industries where you can still it's still based on human interaction.
100%.
Not trying to talk your ear off about radio, but some of the things that you got planned for the future, we're coming up here on pretty long time for the podcast, so I don't want to keep our listeners like just get to the point. What's some things you got coming up? Like any big projects with the Monday program? Any huge collaborations like with your personal brand?
So with the Monday program, we do have an album releasing. Probably, I would say at this point, probably looking at maybe like late winter, early spring, somewhere around there.
And I'm hoping that is on the Monday program records.
Yeah. That's going to be under the Monday. Yeah, for sure. Under that umbrella.
Record label?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So it's going to be some records we worked on for like, at this point, maybe like a couple years. Me and Cass, shout out Cassius G, we produced the whole thing. He engineered it. He mixed it, mastered it. We got a plethora of, which is so cool. I'm so honored about this. Is like, a lot of times when people put out albums in Cleveland, it's typically tied to like one side of Cleveland.
Right.
But, here we have people from Elyria on there. We have people from Lorraine on there. We have people from the west side, the east side. And it was just so refreshing. We just have so much fun making this album.
That's good.
So it's some dance stuff in there, some hip hop. We got some good R&B. One of the songs actually will be dropping, one of the singles from it will be dropping like mid-December.
Okay.
So we got a video ready to roll out with that as well. So super, super, super excited to finally put that out to the public. So we have that. We also do this thing called the Monday menu. We did 2 of them so far. We did our first one with Rebar. The second one we did this year with Cordelia.
Okay.
Shout out my boy Andrew. That's my guy. I love Andrew. We're going to be looking at doing another one here soon. And if you don't know what the Monday menu is, it's us collaborating with a restaurant, them coming up with their chefs and coming up with a unique creative menu, us coming with some, collaborative performances. And then we just find a way to tie it all in and together. The last one we did was with Cordelia and Teeny Tide, which is based out of Oberlin. And they came to Cordelia. We hosted them there, and it was, bro, that's still probably like my favorite day of 2025.
Really?
The energy was good. They were so happy to be hosted there. I'm just happy, like one of my favorite restaurants let us come in there. And
I haven't tried Cordelia
you
yet.
gotta go. Your first time, I'm going with you.
All right.
I'm going with you.
That's a bet.
I'm going with you.
See, I just heard and found out about Cordelia because they did the Swenson's partnership.
Yes, yeah. They're dope, bro.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to try it.
Yeah.
but
Do you know Andrew at all?
No.
You're gonna love him, bro. I'm telling you.
I might have met him through passing, but
Yeah.
again, that's one of those things.
He used
where
to
it's
do.
like,
He used to work at Velvet Dog back in the day too. He was like, if I'm not mistaken, one of the managers there for a long time. But he's always been a hospital. Like he loves hospitality. Like,
okay.
That's his bag. Like
Yeah.
you feel me? Like when you go in there, the from the staff to the bartenders to the hostess to the chefs, it's just I want to be honored to go there the first time with you, bro.
I'll go with you.
So-
I'll go with you.
Yeah, so we're gonna have another Monday menu coming up soon, some point maybe in the first or second quarter. And other than that, man, for the future, for myself, it's so crazy. I never want to stop DJing. Like I literally, even if that's not at some point my main source of income, but I do, however, want to get into. I want to get into more of the production aspect for events, like renting out equipment to DJs, renting out equipment to companies, and just kind of like elevating our DJ culture in Cleveland. And I would love to be able to be a person that help elevate that. So that's something I've always wanted to get into, is starting maybe a production company. So something I've been thinking about for a while. Shout out if any of y'all some investors, man, we could talk some business plans. But yeah, I've been thinking more and more about getting into the production aspect of events.
I will tell you this. I will not, because I don't trust people with my equipment.
Well, I'll say this: it's going to be insured.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It would be a little, when I'm thinking about that, like maybe I don't know why I can't think of the company my homie Brad works at right now, but long story short, I would want to do big events.
Are you talking about Brad Petty?
Yeah, I would want to do more like what is that?
Not NPI.
Is it NPI?
Yeah, it is.
It might be NPI.
It is NPI.
So something like in the realm of something like they do. I know like they do like big events. Like I remember when Pinecrest first opened, like they did all of that stuff. So I don't know. It's something that I always kind of like, just kind of fancy, maybe getting into. I know it's not that easy.
It's really expensive.
It's very expensive.
I touched on it like a little bit early on in my career. Excuse me. I started to once I started getting decent money DJing, I started investing in my own equipment and started renting speakers and stuff out. And I very quickly learned that people don't care about your equipment as much as you do.
They definitely don't.
Like the idea of it is good, but the actual business model is very hard
to
execute, because with a pair of speakers, for instance, you're going to spend nowadays.
Go spend some bread on speakers.
A pair of QSC K12s are like $2,000. They're like $1,000 a cabinet. Somebody asks you to rent them out. Rule of thumb is about 5 to 10%.
100%.
When you're on the lower scale of things, people are renting because they don't have money. So you're going to have to lean more towards about 5%. So about $100 for rental, but just say you can rent them out for $200 for the pair. They blow those. Now you're trying to track them down. Now it's different when you're dealing with major corporations and there's hundreds of thousands of dollars involved. Like for MGK Day, that whole sound system that was there. It was
that was a crazy sound system too.
It was I think 64 subwoofers and like 4 or 5 line arrays that had they were 10 stacks each. Stuff like that. That's completely different because there's enough money in that transaction, in that rental, for them to hire a tech, somebody to sit 100%. There, manage levels and so that's different. But
I would say this: if I wouldn't do it, I've been around too many DJs to do it probably on a lower scale.
Yeah, no,
just being honest, no disrespect to newer DJs and those that are figuring it out, but it would have to, if I did have, the way I would look at that hypothetically is I would have a very, outside of working with organizations and companies, I would have a trusted DJ vendor list.
It would 100%.
Be these are the people I know can be responsible.
Yeah.
I trust them enough to, you know what I'm saying? Because even with, let's say even Brad with NPI, I remember we had, I was doing an event top of the summer and I needed something with a little bit more bang, because I'm outside.
For sure.
And they let us utilize their stuff. And I know they only did that because they trusted K Nice. It was really through K.
Yeah.
But they knew it was for me. But I know that was because they know they can trust K Nice as if he F these speakers up, he's going to have to, they know that they trust him enough to be able to accommodate that.
And take accountability.
And take accountability. So, and don't get it twisted, they didn't give us their brand new speakers.
Oh, no, not at all.
But the ones they gave us, they were immaculate, though. Yeah. They were great. Don't get it twisted.
They were probably L Acoustics or
No, they were QSCs then. They were actually, but they were some older ones, but boy, they were good. They were really good. I could have used one and been great.
I have an uncommon opinion. I think the older QSC stuff is better. I think it's. I
still got a QSC amplifier from when I first started DJing.
I think the original K series of the K12s is so much better than the K12.2s. It's just
the build was just different.
Oh yeah, well I mean in between the K12 series and the K12.2 series, the company sold it was one of those situations where, and I don't mean to talk bad about QSC, but this is just my personal experience. It was one of those situations where like some guys in a garage built something into a company, like it was great. And then after it became a multi-million-dollar corporation, like another corporation came in, just gutted them, and is now like, that's my opinion of what happened. But
that's how it always goes, man.
But
they build it up, and then somebody come in and knock it down.
They profit off of it.
You know how it go.
But
that's like business 101 for real.
Oh yeah, yeah, literally. But I to be honest, I think that's all I really have for you today. I don't think I have any other questions. Pretty much touch on everything. Where can the people find you at?
Well, you can always find me if you ever need to book me, CoreyGrand.com, at Corey Grant on Instagram, at Corey Grant on Twitter or X or whatever it is now. At the Monday program, come check us out. We work with creative, so if you're trying to work on some music, if you want to do anything creative, we're always open-minded. We're always open, so please reach out to us. And yeah, man, you can find me there. And I'm always outside. Yeah. If you see me, just come speak to me, man. Like, people like me and Rich, bro, we're approachable people. Obviously within respect.
Oh yeah.
We don't tolerate no dis. First off, y'all know Rich. Rich is a very no nonsense person. He don't play.
Not at all.
He's very no nonsense. But if y'all out, man, please come talk to us. We're there. We still like the real era of being physical and talking to people and meeting people. So
we have social skills.
So don't be scared to talk to us. No request though.
We were talking.
No request.
Before we started the podcast, we were talking about this. Like, we come from the era where if you came to the family function and you didn't say what's up to everybody, people over there like, "Yo, is bro good?"
Is bro good? Now your mom looking at you like you embarrassing me. What you doing, bro?
Say something.
Yeah. So don't be scared to talk to people. Yeah. Talk to people.
Come talk.
Don't be scared to talk to that girl, man. Don't hit her up on Instagram the next day. Talk to her while you're there.
You were looking fine in the club, baby girl. But no, what are your handles for the Monday program?
Just at the Monday program on Instagram. I think on Twitter was just at Monday program. We don't really use Twitter too much with Monday program, but
I don't either.
And just if ever you guys ever want to reach out, our emails just holla at themondayprogram.com. It's that simple.
Perfect.
Holla at the Monday program. Y'all got some music, some singles, or some artwork, whatever it is you want to do creative, please reach out to us. We're always open-minded. Always open-minded. So, and thank you for having me too, bro. I truly appreciate you bringing me on your platform. I love having DJ Discourse. It's fun to hear and just to talk about other people's experiences because we're so vastly different as DJs, but we're still kind of the same to an extent. You know what I mean?
We all walk a different path towards the same destination. And that was the whole point of the podcast. Like when I sent you the text asking you to hop on here, like I told you that like this podcast is meant to be about people that don't take the traditional route of like getting a safe job and like getting a guaranteed paycheck every 2 weeks. Yes, it's about people that take the risk and bet on themselves and their creative talent and their will and their hunger and their determination to make something out of nothing with their own hands and with their own wits. And I told you, like, I really felt like you embodied that, and you still do. Like, it's phenomenal how far you have come. And I thought, well, at least I wanted to hear. Yeah. I wanted to hear some of your journey.
I appreciate that, bro.
I know you could probably talk for 4 days about trials,
stories,
tribulations, stuff you've gone through. Like I know you could probably do that, but no, I appreciate you for coming down here because it's not a close drive.
It's all good, man. You know.
But this has been episode 2 with Corey Grant. Catch him on the Monday program. Shoot him a follow at Corey Grant on all social media platforms. Stay up to date with his gigs. He's always posting where he's at. Some of the notable places he'll be at: the Horseshoe, Ohio State football. I don't know what the men's arena is called.
It's called the Scott, like Scott and Center. I think it's Scott and Science Center, but they call it the Shot. They call it the Shot. Like that's their nickname for that, the Shot.
He'll be at the Shot DJing the Ohio State men's basketball games.
Yes, sir.
And this has been episode 2 of the Taking the Risk podcast. Signing off with Corey Grant and Rich. Peace.